Welcome to Why Rural. In Why Rural, we're dedicated to telling the story of the people of rural America. And here are some images and clips from a trip between Grand Forks, North Dakota and Fargo, North Dakota. The wheat harvest has just finished in this region in the valley, and you can see evidence of that in the bales of straw. And now other equipment are in the fields tilling and finishing the harvest. And so we see a lot of trucks on the road hauling beets and beans right now. The beans are being harvested with combines, and we see a lot of John Deere and Case in the fields, and it can be very dusty. Here we see some bales of hay and a pile of beets. They pile the beets prior to bringing them to the plant on I-29 up the valley. There are others in the fields harvesting the beans as well. Here's some Canadian geese that were right outside of Fargo in a bean field. And when I stopped and took their picture, they objected to that and took to flight. There's also great landscape beauty in the valley right now, as pictures of this. Here we see a sign perforated. This is a pretty good indication that you're in a rural area or some form of rurality. When you see signs like this, that'll be a point to capture these in Why Rural. Here's some power lines coming out of the west into the valley, the Red River Valley. Here a train hauling freight, containers. And this train blasted me pretty good in here as it came across the tracks. And it's a Burlington Northern Santa Fe, and you can see the grain elevator now. There's the crossing number. The trains pretty much name the town. The railroad companies named the towns as they developed on the prairie because the key aspect was to bring in the wheat. And there's a northern and southern route in North Dakota. There's agricultural equipment on the road, on the move. Here we see an old John Deere combine, and this is a pretty old one for harvesting in the valley. The Red River Valley is an old historical lake bed, and these days you normally see bigger combines in the fields doing the harvest. Combines like here, these two John Deeres. Here's an old cemetery, kind of a settler cemetery, and the stone to the right is Anna Tenborg, and she was born in 1847, and this is right in the bean fields there. Kind of all by itself. Here's some grain elevator and some cattle. This is rare in the valley to see cattle. It's predominantly crops growing. And here's another bean field and a support vehicle with the fuel for the big combine. And the saying, we all know the saying, make hay when the sun shines. And it's not only when the sun shines, but when the light goes down as well. These combines will work late into the night to bring in the beans before it rains. Here they're stacking beets into the night, and last combine in the dark.